Hello and welcome to Energy Connect Studio. I am Noura Tigani and I am here at the World Utilities Congress 2024 in Abu Dhabi. I am very pleased to be joined by Jan Haizmann, General Secretary for ZETA. Jan, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
Pleasure for having me. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. What role does the international trade play in achieving global net zero targets?
Well, it's a key role that trade plays because obviously it just multiplies the effect of a project that is actually done in order to reduce carbon in the atmosphere by having the possibility of having certificates that actually express the green value of that and being able to actually trade this off independently from the underlying asset. You just multiply the value that is created and you thereby incentivize also more investment in the future. So it's a key role, and without trading of these certificates, the targets will not be met.
And in your opinion, how do you see businesses balancing between economic growth and reducing their carbon footprint? And what framework is needed to support in this?
Well, sometimes you get confused when reading the press. Obviously, net zero does not harm growth. It enables further growth because we need to have a planet to live on. And it also creates new commercial activities that are focusing on low carbon technology and on the implementation of that technology then in the real life. So actually the process is fueling economic growth into the right direction. It gives the direction out for new technologies replacing carbon intensive processes which are not longer desirable today, and it doesn't harm growth, but it enables further growth, whilst also enabling a planet that also allows for such growth.
On the topic of technology, in your opinion, what type of technology and technological advancements in general are needed to advance the trade sector's net zero goals?
Technology has a key role in it, and this simply comes from the fact that the climate is global by nature. There is no national climate. There is only regional and global climates. And that means that you need to have products that are supported by technology, for example, blockchain, to give you an example, in order to make sure that the certificates that are generated cannot be manipulated, and that these certificates can also be traded worldwide so that they are fungible worldwide and independent from where they're actually issued. And the basis of that technology to function is in standardization and in certification. Once there is a certificate that is based on standards that are globally recognized, technology can really expand and bring this globally into application. So technology has a key role for the certificate trading, for the trade with carbon emission rights, for trade for carbon reduction allowances, or all sorts of sustainable certificates, because the markets for these certificates are elsewhere from their production. So the production of these certificates may be in this region here in the Middle East, but ultimately the markets may be in Europe or in Asia for these certificates. And that's why you need common standards and you need technology that is enabling these standards to make them work globally.
Trade by nature is a very collaborative industry with many key players. So how does collaboration support the industry's net zero goals and emission targets?
Well, we are still waiting for Article 6. So we are hoping that the next COP will bring more flesh on the bones as far as Article 6 is concerned. This would be a major breakthrough for global certificate trading if there was more kind of guidance from the UN on how to on how these certificates should be construed and how they should be recognized and how they should actually function.
Can you just tell us a little bit more about Article 6 for those who are not familiar?
Well, Article 6 is a part of the COP process that has been discussed for many years and that ultimately provides for global standards in terms of emission reduction certificates. In Europe, we have the European Trading Scheme, the so-called ETS scheme, already for 20 years. That has actually worked very well. Therefore, we are looking into Article 6 also as another source of certificates that could be traded globally. In Europe, with the ETS, we have successfully driven down the carbon output by 1/3 compared to 1990. So we have clearly seen the effect of the trades on the climate and its effect on achieving net zero. I am personally doubtful that we will see the same with voluntary schemes because of their lightweight, less effective in terms of climate improvement.
Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Nice talking to you as well. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching. Do not forget to follow us on social media and stay tuned to our website. I will be back with more studio interviews over the next couple of days. Until next time, goodbye.